going from ideas to reality, much like you have done over the last couple of years. Yes, we have, well, Ryan and I, have connected over Twitter over the last couple of weeks, and I feel like it's a real life story with something happening.
This is fantastic, Kate.
I'm really excited. So Ryan Hnetka, founder and CEO of App Guys, tweeted me on Twitter after I threw out an idea of an app that is a patio locator. So when it's hot outside and you want a patio to go sit, have a drink, have some food, you can actually find one. So Ryan, you tweeted me and said, yes, let's do it. Why did you do that?
Well, I love drinking on a patio.
Something we have in common.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we saw that idea. We saw the conversation that it started, you know, between many people here in our community. And something with App Guys is a lot of the apps and the websites we've done have all been private enterprise work. And my goal for 2015 is get App Guys out there in the Calgary community, do some public stuff. And I saw this and I'm like, this is perfect. It's going to help my company. It's a great idea. It's going to help the community. And then it's also going to help me find a patio with my friends, because I'm still fairly new to Calgary. And somebody says, you know, ship an anchor. And I'm like, the what? Is there a marina? So I've even learned a lot about, you know, where the cool spots to hang out are lately. So it was awesome to just undertake, and we've really opened up our app building process to the community in the way we're doing this. Like I was explaining to Kate, normally it's a 2 to 3 month process, at least for a basic app. We plan it out, we test it, we go through different designs. We just threw this together in 11 days, gave it to Apple. So we're just waiting on Apple to give it back and say, okay, yeah, we approve it, it's in the store. Then we want the community to download it, play with it, and give us their feedback. What do you like? What don't you like? You know, we know it's not fully there, but it's functional, it's workable. You'll be able to find open patios. You'll be able to get a message for the patios that you follow. You'll be able to interact with people, but we want to make it better. So
it goes back to what you said, Kevin, about just getting started with the grassroots of what somebody wants. Kate wanted to find patios that were open when it's a warm environment. Why isn't there an app? And this is how it all happened.
Yeah, it was because she tweeted, one of the people she tweeted was me first and Terry Lowe, and then Joel Olendiska, sorry if I mispronounced his name, brought Ryan into the conversation. It was just fantastic to watch how that all kind of developed.
And it's one of those things we're seeing more and more often. I mean, we see it on, remember the Target guy, the cashier guy, and then he ended up on Ellen DeGeneres. Like, it's happening constantly, and for it to happen in our own city and to watch it play out like that was really interesting. Maybe not on such a big level, but
I think Calgary's getting better for that. I think there's really the social media is really, there's a lot of people really wanting to make sure that the social part of that is connecting. My question for you is, have restaurants jumped onto this idea? How have they responded?
We've seen a few posts from restaurants that have said, yeah, you know what, list us, everything like that. The way we've built this app, at least at this stage, is that anybody that downloads the app will be able to add a patio. So you can add your own favorite coffee shop or this or that. If the restaurant wants to control that information, they can give us a shout and say, hey, we want the text to say this. Absolutely, we'll work with that. You know, and one of the things we've looked at as well, because it's community-based, is nonprofit organizations. You know, it costs money to build an app. You know, we've invested into building this, so we want to get involved with the restaurants. Like, okay, do you want that connection with the people that are following you? And if there's any way we can monetize that so that we can support the app to keep it alive, any of those profits are going to go to some nonprofit organizations here in Calgary.
Yeah, so we're looking at a few pictures here from the screen grabs from the app here. So it's simple, you register, and then there's also a picture here, I think, of how you can actually add the patio. Oh, that's an example of, explain that one to us.
So right there, you can see in the middle on the left side, there's the green, the red, and the gray icons. So green obviously is an open patio, red is a closed, gray is unknown. So as a non-registered user, you can still use our app, but you will not be able to change the open status of a bar or follow it. As a registered user, you'll only see one icon there, but when you press on it, you'll see the red and the green buttons. So you can, if you know, hey, Ship and Anchor's open, you click the green button. Anyone else that's a registered user that follows that pub or that coffee shop will instantly get a push message that says, hey, Open Patios user Kate says Ship and Anchor Patio's now open.
This is going to be great for Stampede.
Oh my goodness,
and the cool thing is that you can comment and you can, you know, give a gauge of lineups, that sort of thing, sort of in that real time.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems, right, is you're going to a pub and you don't realize the lineup and how long it is. And
there's a Twitter page here as well too, which I've got on my iPad. We'll take a look at that in just a quick second. Here's my question though, is if I have an idea and I'm wrapping around I don't want to let go of that idea. I'm afraid. I'm afraid someone's going to take my idea, run with it, and they're going to make their millions.
Yeah.
So I keep my idea
I should have been a little more careful, actually. I didn't realize I had such a good idea. It was more just top of the head.
So quell our fears.
Yes. So what I tell a lot of people, we get those phone calls and those. Sometimes we get emails off our website. Hi, my name is Johnny, and here's my app idea, and it's 14 paragraphs, and it's like, wow, you really opened up a lot that we could take, which we don't. And a lot of people call us. I have an app idea, and I say, is this an idea based on something that there's a lot out there, you just have a little spin on it? Okay, sure, let's talk about it.
Right.
It's like, no, I haven't seen anything like this out there before. I think it can make a lot of money. It's like, I don't want to hear it. I want to send you our mutual non-disclosure agreement.
There you go.
And then we sign that, and that protects them. Share your idea. We can't use it, but it also protects us. We can say, okay, well, this is how we could build it, this and that, and then they can't take our ideas that we've added and go elsewhere. So, and that was something I brought up with Kate. It was like, hey, how can we get you involved in this? Because it just ran ahead like, hey, can you build this on Twitter?
We're stepping backwards now. We stepped 10 steps ahead, but
you're excited. I mean, when you've got an idea, like Kate was all a buzz. She says, I've got this great idea. And then all of a sudden, it sort of sparked an interest in other people here saying, hey, well, I've got an idea. Why couldn't we do it? And all of a sudden, it starts generating conversation. It's so much easier. I know we've had some small business advisors here for small businesses who say, you know what? Thanks to the social media, it's easier to create something. I mean, look at this young lady on the end here. Michelle is trying to raise some money, and she's thinking, well, I could knock on the doors of my friends and family, or
you have a much
crowdfunding.
Wider audience now with social media.
It's a nice step forward.
And with the loss of something like Fast Forward, it's interesting. I mean, it's very sad that happened, but it's also interesting to see how the community is sort of thought outside the box with I mean, you would go to Fast Forward and find out which restaurants are open, reviews, and this is a great quicker opportunity. It's just interesting to see how outside of the box we've been sort of thinking about things like that.
And think about how we used to do it before.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago. 10 years ago, if Michelle wanted to raise some money, again, you're selling chocolates.
Or door knocking, cold calling people,
And even with open patios, one of the feedback we've got from a couple bars is, I can't wait till this is out there because I hate those phone calls. Hi, is your patio open?
Is your patio open?
That's taking staff away from something. So it's like, they can log in themselves and be like, oh, our patio's open. Or we can give an ability, hey, tell all your followers in 1 hour our patio's open. Create that buzz before.
There's a lot of ideas out there.
Yeah.
Which you're
So stay tuned.